Resisting temptation is futile. If you've ever tried to resist temptation with willpower alone, then you might know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to paint a picture of what resisting your temptation with willpower is like. When you resist your temptation by suppressing your thoughts, what you're doing is similar to taking a ball filled with air, like a basketball, and pushing it underneath the water. And that ball represents your object of desire or your temptation. Now, as long as you can consciously suppress that temptation, your thoughts, or as long as you can keep pressure on the ball to keep it submerged underneath the water, you're going to be fine. But you can't hold on to that ball forever. Eventually, your muscles and your arms are going to tire, and you're going to have another task come along that will distract you from being able to hold the ball underwater. And as soon as you let go of the ball, it's going to rebound up above the surface of the water and splash back down, getting you wet. Now that's exactly how resisting your temptations with willpower works. And this is called the ironic processing. It's ironic because the more we try to actively suppress our temptations, the stronger our temptations will rebound. And this is because it takes cognitive resources to suppress our thoughts. So if we're suppressing our desires, then our desires are going to come back tenfold and that much stronger once we let up on resisting the thoughts or suppressing the thoughts. So what can you do instead? Well, there's a couple things that you can do instead of consciously exerting willpower to suppress your temptations. What you can do is temptation postponing. This tactic or this technique is basically the core concept of the 12-step programs in Alcoholics Anonymous, which is one day at a time. So you don't drink for today. That's the only thing you have control over, is that you don't drink in this moment. And if you don't drink today, then you can wake up sober tomorrow. That's the whole idea behind just take it one day at a time. So likewise with your temptation, whatever your object of desire is, you don't want to be actively saying you can never do this thing. You can never have that piece of chocolate. You can never have a cigarette again. You can never drink for the rest of your life. You don't want to say that because that's going to draw resources from your cognitive ability in the effort of suppressing your temptation, because now you're going to be on the lookout for these tempting thoughts whenever they pop up. Instead, what you can do is you can bypass this by saying, okay, I'm not going to drink for today, or I'm not going to smoke today. Maybe I can smoke tomorrow, or I'm not going to smoke today, but who knows what's down the road 3 months from now. Maybe I'll be able to drink or smoke, right? So instead of saying you can never do this thing, you're saying, okay, I can do it, but not yet. A psychological trick to bypass your use of your cognitive effort or your willful effort to suppress the tempting thoughts. And this will allow you to better avoid temptation. Now, the other technique that you can use is simply change your physiological state. So if the temptation is very potent in the moment and you feel that you're about to give in to your object of desire or you're about to relapse, whatever it may be, then you need to change your physiological state immediately. Now this can be simply done by splashing cold water on your face. So jumping into a cold shower, splashing cold water on your face. If you can't do that, then what's even better, and what I generally do is I do a bout of high intensity interval training. So I find a stairwell and I run up and down that stairwell about 10 to 20 times. So it'll be one flight of stairs and I run up and down it 10, 15, 20 times. That takes about 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. And this gets my heart rate going, adrenaline and epinephrine and dopamine release. I get a sweat. And by the time I'm done, I'm not really thinking about whatever my object of desire is. And in the post-workout phase, there's a bit of relaxation that you feel, and you're not going to be so compelled to give in to your object of desire. So you can either go jump in a cold shower, splash water on your face, or go for a quick jog, a quick run up and down some stairs, some push-ups and jumping jacks, whatever it may be, as long as you get your heart rate up and you change your physiological state. Don't try to actively suppress your temptations. Bypass it with the 2 techniques that I gave you today. The 2 techniques are temptation postponing, changing your physiological state through exercise or cold water exposure. I hope this video finds you well. Give me a like and subscribe. Check out this one for more.